Let us say we jump down so about my pound sima edu Adom TV. Send a medical ya makano. Before any musin kunyano. Nye wedi kan atena another free day for yata MPP ko ni ba ya enano pe woni beche ejumedi. Nana emwachi mwakwa ba.
Enya.
Boko.
Enya do.
Ghana for zai.
Listen ni wani che enko ye ba ko say. Komo wo wi ase bi.
Okay. Eti na asema ewo ho no se na medical aka no na we daily graphica or the sansem no e dey aba 400 million Ghana cedis yeah aban so the be project my main kind be first three lines in ma o say the government has made available the cedi equivalent of $200 million for the payment of ongoing capital projects in various sectors of the economy to ensure their completion. The amount is part of the 740 million euro bond proceeds that have been deposited in the country's foreign reserve account. This means that 400 million has been moved from the reserve account into the consolidated fund, ready for effecting payments for work done. Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Setekwe, who confirmed this to the Daily Graphic, in an interview in Accra yesterday, explained that financing the projects will be effected upon the adducing of certificates of work done by contractors. The projects include the Gang of Six, comprising the Tetekwashi-Madina Road, the Sofo Line overpass in Kumasi, the Enyinem Konongo Nkoko bypass, the whole Fume Road, and Asenkregua Inchi Road. Other projects are the Sakumono Sea Defense, some agricultural and fisheries projects, electrification projects under the self-help electrification project Airship 4, as well as transportation and social infrastructure projects. Finance Minister added that the funding will also cover the refinancing of domestic debts as they fell due under the new strategy to extend the tenor of domestic borrowing to channel long-term funding to long-term projects. So it goes on and on and on. Sasika aban say di abano enyuma me bobo so no and aban say di babe so refia mami sambo so biem the Gang of Six sa kwan insia oma bobo so the Tekwashi Madina Road, the Sofo Line interchange and overpass ewo Kumasi, the Enyinam Konongo Nkoko bypass, the whole Fumi Road, and Senkregua Inchi Road. Other projects include the Sakumono Sea Defense, some agricultural and fisheries projects, self-help electrification project Shell 4, as well as transportation and other social infrastructure. Iti Eurobond near Koji, and near Abanse first tranche and I said near Yedekoto and foreign reserve account to mono, and no near Womo Ede Bayer. No, some passes Sike no Anya Beto a consolidated fund more. Sikani Ashasi, I change contractor for my age money at the end. You will try at the amount one another bank and she share it because a bank koto Sikato Ekoto a bank for 2 more. The release, a process and I'm account will be so. Tine any kind of sika koto contractor for account to man na say afeni ye ba be chiche ne de amom ye be disase me hunkomo na efi nsuso no tewu for nsuso e declare strike action ewo memu na o mampani mahama adiko kase won san ko biem for 2016 unopposed no nsuso ho asem de ba kai say MPP for de ba ye ni enwie mpo hunkomo na NDC for so odiom de abebomi na sabri na say di why the BD campaign in 2016 and komo ana said the manifesto promises of the NDC and the CBC Ghana for say emudu do say no my in the 9th month of the first year of the 4 years Ghana for the President Mahama na atena see ye den komo ne so say medical kano ye tax console no is good accord down 1760 ntimi sewa men send text nko ho ne isan say o send ko ye ntimi nkai fafa email so kaba@majoonline.com kaba@majoonline.com and now with me asend it to that kojo kaba na yetimi ato so atare ye mi wa onim NKBK clothing nana Kwaku Boakye Konto na wapem ham ne kama upe bi asha no aso be frɛ 0244195539 0244195539 so yes live ti opan bia betimi abo aye baba na boko de
lebi akoji nkb ke fuata de kan was wa me bi anse na odi bodoro ntimi me ka se nyefa na yen because wa mambi
so wo ka se nyefa e wo adwen a but me madwen ni se efe me madwen ni se efe omo hwe nzum se efe bia na ope na unhu
ene chichemu bi anse nke
na se ama for se nye boko
enkoyi
aden
ebi ni nsem ya odi atu yanim nsem odi atu yanim se yenkan eno nyina akire se enkoyi
se ne se ho
na ban wo ye wasede a this wa bo hunderu wo ye bibi fufura ene eka na sika enkese sisemre won aye awie no wantumi amoabo no avenu atumi aboabo no eno kra de bibi firi ba no akisi dum tie bibi fufura wantumi anya no we na wo hunderu me de enso mani adwuma de ezese won ye tubi na di won sem sika no so won na ehwe so but pass ye bisa koye faso ebumai emane makoyi we nkan esisi etumi koye ni mogana wasane me I say we fifi na we Jessica wo fi o say my yard pa
wa say de dada
me boa
sana puzo
so ufi kromo ba no ehu bibi foforo a ebe peja ufi eno na odufi aso ehwe ni amede abo now ni ede beto dokon esise ye to dokon na no so ye ka ho asem ebi ni we ensa na me pa kire
but o nyi ni say na ban se ni futu musika ni ho consistently o maka say yes sika sem challenge ni man koye na wo kwaji euro bond na euro bond na wo kwaji no em say edi hu nkoma na sisi no euro bond sika no aba enti niema a o ka kire sisi ni enti a mekobo sa abusia we no sisi saska no mensaka niema no ebe be hyase na media ye ti me ka kire Ghana for se ne be ya mbitimi di omani be di akire ahwe progress of work atrack na no nka asem funso bi ani ho
nka funso ni ho but bibia yedu na nka sese basa se nyume ya won kan se ne fitin deda bebo a won ye ba ban mu na wo deda bo
mududo na bo
eno na me pa kire nti u ba ban mu no otoa so ye nyai ade nti no wo gai
man ye sika mo de beto aso
won ye sure pa
so president Mills penso won ba kan so full line interchange any sa gang of 6 year you say ye sha say na no ye de o man musika na ye no so mo ko mo anya sika bia
nti ho na si nti ho na ko check hwe say na no we kan do kra you see anya sika no ebinum tumi nya mu 51 million ebinum tumi nya mu 51 million so be kaya so be jam phone so ebinum tumi nya mu 51 million nti no na then the person yaka ebunu asem no nti no ye me de me hu baby ade na afrika e na make say ya hwe ama ya nka sansem ya e na de che say amamu no ye jeja ye ho kabi ma min kabi amamu no ne mfaso ne say kaba wadwuma no mani brese me nti utuna say na me hwe style na metumi a kire kwasi twumne na pamfo say ne akaba ye no metumi aya asensa beka ni attest me ahwe efa na me so amfa kra na me kan se mo ameka na se tumi kire won se me hu ye nti se MPP4 e ka se we na nke be ni sei na ma wo hu se da che opese oto aba obeto amai ni meanwhile no wo outi aban mu so na ofa ho adwen if se adwen na ma wo trimu obi dia wo ka no odi ye adwuma ma na ye yi e be wi ase no me mpo NDC4 na bu mai me bo ana nya me mpengo china me ni ho no ma me ma e wo ho nkrofo a ebia meja won ho ase ehwe won ese bibi koso nti no adin bi won so ese me de tudwa na me ka se we na won ka no entoso eye se won chiche se ska no but ye bisa se so den na ekoso adin nti ne enya sade adin na afei na ebeba afei na ekoto account mu ama manfo epeja yemu ade ba ko so ha me se ubo president Mills no ka kire o so otwem o si ni trust e wo kwan bi so onam kwan bi so si ni trust No so trust we dey hu ne ekoso.
Because no all physical or the back yes okay.
All ba mu no nim ne ekoso ana. You see that's the point. Oh beba intina Bruni continuity. Parliament say no ewo ho. Ne hihye ewo ho. Nti wo ba mu parliamentarians say wo no ye adwuma wa mu no. Because wo be yi mu 50% or cabinet 50% free. Nti won tiniama na ekoso na sia. O ba mu no ukita sadwen na odeba. Se na mekọ akopesika dia we ye bewie ne sa mri. Ye fiti bibi fofra.
One question me pese me be kwa homa no sisi me ma wadwen ho say ye ka say president Kufuor ba mu 2001 no ka say niema bu ho opposition no he assumes say ni say net here
because
obedu abemu no na antisa
but you see
scenario ni president Mills no so that benefit or that say bia no opposition no ne bi wo ha no fair wages and salaries commission fair wages and salaries commission speak to El Ankra communication director Adom fair wages about Tewu strike and then commodity ekoso. El, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
Hey, what's on the bro from India? I'm doing good. How about you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. By God's grace.
We are at it again. Strikes repeating itself. What is it about the Teachers and Educational Workers Union? Because they accuse your organization of dragging your feet when it comes to their concerns.
It's a false accusation. It isn't fair. It is a false accusation. They are trying to imply that all this while they have issues. They've been talking about the issues and we fold our arms, fold our lips, we don't mind them. I don't believe anyone should believe this. It is totally false. There is no dragging of feet. To them, like I've been saying, whenever they want issues addressed, it means whether they are entitled to something or not, the only way they consider it as being addressed is when it is given to them, whether they are entitled to it or not. It's not whether you have sat down with them or given them your position and make compromises and all that. And it's a false accusation.
Well, they say that they have written several letters to your outfit complaining of the issues about migration of, their workers' union.
There are issues one after the other. They are talking about risk allowance. Now, this is the thing about risk allowance. It's a category 1 allowance, which has to do with your work most of the time. I don't know teachers and what risk it is, but whatever the risk is, it's been categorized under category 1 allowances, and it's been made part of their basic salary. It's been consolidated in their basic salary. You can't accept that consolidation and turn around and ask for another risk allowance in another vein altogether. We're talking about base pay. Base pay has been negotiated. I don't know who represents well, but we've met just about a week or two ago. Not only Public Services Joint Standing Negotiation. Who is a member. That's a negotiating body for all public servants, including the TUC in this country. We've met, we've discussed base pay. It has been set at 10%. It's supposed to start at the end of this month, September. Tewu leadership should be telling their members the truth as to what has been happening so far. If they say they don't know about it, then one will wonder why they are representing their members at these meetings. If they know about it and yet they are not telling the members the truth and leading them astray into strike action, then that is a serious issue we should look at. They are also talking about something called special allowance. Please, let your newsroom investigate the entire single spine pay policy and find out if there is any such thing called special allowance in the single. It does not exist. And for something of this nature, the Fair Wages says it does not exist, we cannot yield to that demand, and you say all you are going to do is to go on strike, then that's your business. In any case, let's remember, Fair Wages is not in the business of strike management. We are in the business of management of compensation, workers' salaries, public servants' workers' salaries. So if you go on strike for a day, 10 days, what they call it indefinite, it will not move Fair Wages to take a decision that goes contrary to the single spine pay policy. Those who manage strike actions should be your employer or the National Labour Commission, not Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. In any case, the Labour Act says we cannot negotiate with anyone on strike. Now, this is not just Fair Wages talking, it's the law. And it's for both public and private institutions. When you're on strike, management cannot discuss anything with you, cannot negotiate anything with you. The leadership of Tewu knows this very well. and yet they've let their people to go on strike, hoping that someone will sit down with them to resolve their issue. Wherever they take this issue, it will come back down to Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, and our principle, according to the single spine pay policy, has handed to us by law, will stand. Nothing will change. You will not get another risk allowance when risk allowance has been consolidated. There is no such thing as special allowance. Your strike action will not make us create anything called special allowance. This pay has been negotiated. Your strike action does not change the position of the entire public service and the entire service of the organized labor group. So we don't know what is about.
But is it not quite strange that virtually almost, and this just my own preposition, that virtually almost all worker unions that embark on strike action accuses the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission of not doing one thing or the other? How come that?
Very soon, I have a feeling very soon when the Black Stars lose the match, they will blame Fair Wages and Salaries Commission for it. It is weird because now the only way to make your strike believable and acceptable to the public is to blame Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Let me take this opportunity to tell the public we are doing the job the public sent us to do, which is to manage pay policy, to manage compensation for public servants in this country. You need an institution as strong as the Salaries Commission to stand firm to protect the integrity of the policy. We recently went to Ho, and it came out in a communique that the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission must be allowed to be given the breathing space to implement the policy in its phase as it's supposed to be. It also came up that if you have any issue, there are processes and procedures you have to follow to address them. Strike action is the last resort. The stable members are receiving their salaries at the end of every month. Today is 10th September. They've taken their salaries, full salaries and all allowances for August already. And they are going to turn around and go on strike for something they know very well they are not entitled to. There again, I'm talking about the leadership, not the members who are supposed to be told the truth by their leadership. They know all these things, and yet they lead their members astray to strike for something they know they are not entitled to. If today Tewu says they have special allowance, Fair Wages should give it to us, and they are on strike. So Fair Wages say, okay, we don't want strike, so get your special allowance. Another group will wake up the following day, they will say, oh, we also deserve this allowance. Let me give you a specific studio scenario. One day the presenter will come saying, oh, I need a voice allowance. They say, oh, okay, because I have to adjust my voice in such a way, I have to be taking good care of my voice, avoid cold drinks and all that, so give me an allowance. And then we give you an allowance. And then the next time, the technical officer says, I need a headphone allowance because the bass goes into my head. And then we say, okay, take that allowance. Next time, the sports group will say, oh, we need stadium allowance because there's so much noise at stadium. Any person will come up saying, we're creating some form of allowance. That was why we decided, okay, if they are all professionally related issues, let's consolidate them all into category 1 allowances and pay them to you. Now you have received those allowances and turning around and asking for the same allowances again. If we give that to you, if we yield to that pressure, all other groups will come asking for the same thing. It does not exist on the single spine. It does not work out that way. There are what we call categories 2 and 3 allowances, which are yet negotiated. No public servant in this country is enjoying the new ones as Fair Wages.
But their president, Peter Lumo, has told Joy FM that they wrote a letter as far back as July. How come that you've not explained all these things to them, and then today they say they are going on strike?
If a letter came to July, I know very well that we have met them at the Ministry of Education, and it involved their employers, it involved Ghana Education Service. We sat down, they mentioned several things, incremental jumps and car maintenance allowance. Some of those things are not related to Fair Wages and Salaries alone. They have to do with the employers. For example, if you are asking for car maintenance allowance, we were asking one question: how many of your members nationwide are entitled to car maintenance allowance? They did not have the information right away. How many people own cars? How many of your members own cars in this country or motorcycles in this country that deserve this allowance? What proves that they are actually using the cars to work? What proves that the cars are in their names? What proves that they have not been sprayed as taxes? These are petty things they had to do. They did not even do those things. They went on strike for those things, demanding. When we asked for the figures, they did not have to. So these are things you have to work at. It's a nationwide thing. You have to pick it up individual by individual. strike action will not solve the problem. And in any case, there is nowhere in the policy there's nothing in the policy which says that when a group goes on strike, yield to their demands. It does not work out that way. You need an institution as strong as Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to stand up for what is right according to the single spine pay policy, and that's exactly what we are doing.
So as it stands now, there's not going to be any negotiation with TEU. They insist they will still embark on the strike and will sit at home.
That is the law. The law says we can't negotiate on strike. It's not Fair Wages talking. It's the Labour Act, which we as a constitutional country are dealing with. We don't. It does not matter who. Once you're on strike, we cannot deal with you, and that goes for public and private institutions. So it's not just Fair Wages talking. And secondly, we will not take a decision based on your strike. We cannot say because they are on strike we have to yield to this particular demand, even if it's inconsistent with the single spine. So what I would advise is you will have to look for their employers and ask the employers what they are going to do about these strike actions. Because like I said earlier on, they are taking their salaries at the end of every month. So why would they be taking their salaries and be going on strike? Because they know at the end of the day, whether they work or not, their salary is going to come. That is the conversation we must have as a country right now, not what we should give to them merely because they are on strike.
I see. Oh, we have to leave it here. Thank you very much, and we'll certainly go to the employers and find out.
Thank you so much for your concern at your service at any time.
Right. Thank you. Elankra, Communication Director at the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Strikes in near Casanka, query, but for Frasan, a few more. El Chese, Brofun Bibriano, ye canning in Chese, Womono dear, Sa allowances now, 2 for Nick Cano. Omo Tiama, Omo Dada, near Tiamo, Muye, no Massa, sorry, Abasa, Akaba, Kumini, Nubi, and almost say, eh, we knew the Encahu, Ubi and War migration, single spine, so it has allowance in man. You know, Tiama or pet. You may cook a na ban you may cool in answer best for the abba, and Tina do betray scanning the betray china. Now, Mrano crowd, cried the age man cratches, Obi, a tear Tiano Tifia, and yet there's a woman crowd, as a woman, a singular woman in the Quacotanasi. This one person, and no new commodia, striking, or calling off, and Sana, Zankomubi or cry, woman in abo. Or see, Kobisa, a woman fast, uncle for an age, mum say, I then woman Tifie, now more strike, now Busumi, or Makojo, Makatia. Entina eno hwasam no the only educated fisherman in town for Alande new fita Ben Aloti Jacobs. Good morning, Aloti.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah,
going dorsal educated fisherman.
Omo dorsal.
Oh, dorsal.
One.
Oh, meaning P.
Peter Lumo, TEU president. Let me start quickly, and then you can come on and share here. Mr. Lumo, thank you for joining us. Good morning to you, sir. Hello, Mr. Lumo.
Hello.
Good morning to you, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Lumo.
Oh, your line is very faint.
Okay, we'll probably have to call you back on another line.
Your line is very faint.
We'll call you back, sir, on another line, and we'll resolve that one. Nana, ebra ye twen say ye bitimi dia homa fofrafre TEU for no em say near the nkomo edi kan na hyase ade na wo sire
na we be repeating that message.
Oh, no na besa we repeat it nkomo ani hyase no efa projects yi a aban de Eurobond ne ba be yo na ntichiru no na me ka o say president Kufuor kra kan say anso no fi opposition ba aban mu no wo niam bi wo na dwi mu and specifically about aban asoafo ni nipa dodo eso om ye adwuma na aban mu ni ade obeduru aban mu no hu se se asem o kafa president Rawlings ho no wo anya niema ni nyina ensi ema o kan sa ansem nti opa ho cho president Mills nso ba na obeka se sa gang of 6 ya see yenye ska de ba na mo the internally generated funds na eye enti mo kon mo anya sika bia nti ne na fe na sika wo mo nya bi o mo de kwa akoye na mi bisa o se nti ene says na president Kufuor de ne ya ene sa atameso so na ne de ne ye
Debbie, near the kind, in some Barbara, has no Obiana in the line. Kufuor, as a man or can, Miss Roncon say, Kakana no Watino, any Adrian or de Bano, or the Fra, nipa a so no won ye adwuma no na enso if say your opposition samre no ye say aban no so dodo nipa na wan han won no do so dodo
we dem pacho MC Peter Lumo ahoma na
no problem
me enfa nye no Mr. Peter Lumo, thank you for joining us here on Multi TV and good morning to you. Is the line better?
Your line is very bad. Hello.
Is the line better, Mr. Lumo?
No.
Well,
your line is very faint.
Let me try and speak up a little bit. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Now tell us, what is it that you have with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, pushing you to go on strike?
What we have with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission?
Exactly, sir.
Yes, we have several issues with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. One key thing is our placement on the grading structure. We have issues with that. And other issues like weeks allowance,
upgrading,
incremental credits, and others.
But
hello,
yes, Mr. Lumo, these things that you speak about, I just spoke to the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, and they said that they have resolved some of these things a long time ago. So they are rather surprised that you raise these concerns at this time.
They have resolved those issues long ago.
That's what we are told.
By who?
Mr. Erlankra.
That they've resolved those issues long ago.
That the allowances that you speak about are not known to the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. That those
it's
that
not
are
known to them.
Yes.
It's strange. It's strange. I did not hear him speak to you, but I'm saying that it's strange.
Why is it strange, sir?
It's strange because those things are not known to them. As far as February 2013, we sent our concerns to Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, tabling a lot of things that we want to be discussed. A technical committee was set up to look into some of the grading structure issues. We had some discussions to a certain level, and since then, the committee has not met again. We sent a communique to various stakeholders. We heard nothing. The communique was dated 31st of July. And we said by 6th September, if we don't hear anything, we'll advise ourselves. And nobody has bothered to call us. And we complained to the Labour Commission. And also dated 6th of September. So I'm surprised you are saying Anka is saying that he's not aware of what we are talking about.
But Mr. Lumo, clarify these points for me. You write a letter to the Fair Wages in July.
Hello?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
You write a letter to them in July. You wait until September. So the whole of August, you didn't do any follow-up to just find out what is it that has become of your letter you wrote to them.
We have written to Fair Wages. And if they don't care, what are you blaming us for? That we didn't go to them out of our letter? Is that what you are saying?
No, I'm just wondering that you write a letter for a whole month, you don't do any follow-up because they have not written back to you, and then in September, because you have stated that in your letter earlier sent, you go on strike without any reminder to them?
It's not correct. We wrote the July letter, and I'm saying that we followed up with a complaint to the Labour Commission, which we did copy the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. So it's not true that we just sat down and then 6th of September we decided to act. It's not correct.
Well, in the meantime, the Fair Wages says that until you revert your strike and go back to your various working points, they are not going to negotiate with you. What are you going to do about it?
That position is unfortunate. It's the same position they're taking about the FUSAC strike. FUSAC has been on strike for about 2 weeks now. If there's an issue where you must sit down with people to resolve the issue, you are saying that because the people have gone on strike, you will not sit down with them. Who suffers?
The people of Ghana suffers. It's not the Fair Wages that will suffer.
Hello?
Mr. Lumo, it is those who you work for that suffers, the people of Ghana.
Yes, we are ready to sit down. If they call us, we are ready to sit down to look at the issues. We are ready to sit down and look at the issues, to find solutions to the issues. But if the one who should sit down with us is adopting this attitude, then it's sad.
So you are not going to call off the strike, is that so?
Oh, what? When our issues are not being addressed? Well, the deputy minister wants to meet us at 2 o'clock. We'll go and listen to the deputy minister.
Which of the deputy ministers?
The deputy minister for education in charge of tertiary, Honorable Samukujetu Ablakwa.
Oh, I see. So you'll be going to that meeting?
We'll go and listen to him. He has invited us, so we'll go and listen to him.
I see. Then we'll await the outcome of that meeting and do a follow-up on that. Sir. We want to thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Peter Lumo, President, Tewu. Yeah, Asemo. Nana say na UTAC for Adom strike baby. In fact, that was a Friday.
Say Asemo you be me aka.
Oh, yeah, beka.
Inti be twen aka pa, but no kure wo mu say scanning ni aban mu no na ma na me kosa. E na fair wages phone to me nka. Tie den wan. But the do ha me ka.
Je ye di omo ka.
E bi didi. That's the bottom line.
Obi a didi. Obi a didi.
Who's that? Aluti na front to.
Oh, zare. Babu de zare.
E bi abeka. Say me who na chenti me who me who say.
Nyame ni artistic design all this man me no.
Artistic design.
Is there my papa maso? Nenye jare.
Anyway. Asama o kan na make na ora kofo asem no ene ora mills asem no e bobra ora mills asem na ne asema na make etia nya ne yedi hu komo no the same thing ora kofo de no nya no ka no ene say ohun say nipa na so no won ye adwuma asoafo so no won ye adwuma nipa dodo na so no won ye adwuma no na enso odi susu adwuma da na anim ankese so tumi ye no na o oni aban mu no na nadwe no eniema ben na efide saa adwen no ne dikan ne susu ye ne se ebia esese yetumi emia ye ho na ye de adwuma no because niema no bi ho ma esese ba automatic saa na me meti ase oba aban mu no hu se adwuma no se do so senya ese ena nipa ba akufo ye de niema piso na enye yi wo hwe education say ya opa mu ye no girl child education and no education because it was a big issue as see hwe so ye ho adwuma nti niema no bi ho ma ese ti ase enna samre no so na Ora Rollins ni na ban for 19 years or so information amanfo betumi bi aye adwuma na nhye dan ma wo ubisa won na ye adwuma media ne niema ubenya information na information ne de adwuma na nse na bia aban bia ba na wakasa kakra na wahu ufifi mu so awotumi ma won ho kire won ti na eso kan bibi kire wo ba samre no ye mia okon nti information wo kote wo hin na wo de afa adwen. Now, fast forward, what the ba Ura Mills on ma. Oh no, now what ba mu da o. Oba ba mu na o ko no. Information ben no jaho. Sika ben no jaho. A we ma nipa hu se sika wo ho. E na osan aba no. Na panfo na no wo ba no. Dodo na ya adwuma ba mu da. Dodo na so bi wo parliament on mra niema bi a na ya hihye e wo ho. Inti information ben and I know when I'm an odeba. For me, it was a weak argument. Say Skenny saying. Now you campaign now the ban. A day pan now can oh can not then and now Nancy so they can say. Just a nine and now that and that is where the difference is. When also a Ora Mills are buying and I'll continue. A Koba say or Tiasi and a Koba say on no lead more win election can buy any because he would have had a second term. And na deputy Ora Mahama enna oti Ora Mahama so me nyina ya te ase say President Mahama te ase no kra no nana
you President Mills
te ase sorry no President Ora Mahama nana ohwe ne amaso nti no den pa ne now uko asem na Ora tekpede tu dwa na ade ba ko e da di ni se o se says case no ne need aso ne se ebeboa ama stabilize dollar sana ya geographic no je se ebeboa ma dollar na agina yie ama yi oho je se no nko a afen so se ebeye ama say no projects e wo ho no eno nko a ne ebeye mfa foforo ma
I said the bank Canada.
But is it not a problem for us? Is it not a problem? And no, me who say, I'm pampa or Juma no edema.
Na sabi
because say to me who name be on my own to me
e mo akwa didie no mo maya ye kan foforo gu abonten dada na wo ne enwie ye san ko chef frase.
But you see won ko didie no fa dwen and no cry adwuma o fa dwen foforo. You can't tell us say no ti what yada and na wo twa ma mo anaba on ko didie no cry fa dwen nti so won ba den ye be ya ka ho eno po ye adwuma eno e adwuma mu a
but abana kire ne ma o be ya ka ho
it is a day
manifesto promise near 200 secondary schools 10 teacher training colleges 10 aerodromes 1 university
sani amane fa ho hia
oh sir
but it's true
abana kire ne o be
capacity of teacher training schools wakohwe wa unim teacher sam kaba unim teacher sam yeah what are they doing for them now
no but abana
so they ba na mensu me di shia say entwasum to start with inti na on to me share them for ho adwen abe entwasum opa yenko bisapa won teacher training say have we even satisfied what we have now mukosi mo pese musi university mukosi bi so menya it's not a problem mukosi environment university ne wo your friends bonsu no mo abo amanetu ni ayi you should be able to help. You want to disorient things and answer the politics inti bakusi your friends bonsu your friends University of Agriculture and Environmental Science obekramana also kusi environment university fufo legon ebre are we stabilizing it? There are some real issues inti no me de nana make us so say sikana ese fatase won de beba asede no de roni de eboa enso enyen enu ne hia titru ne hia ne se ebepeja oman no ebema yebehu so oman no niema sakra wom na me ba ha na me ka se enko yi a me ba ha na me ka se na ye duabo se obi ka kire ye se ekomuni pa na afi motumi hold me se ade na sakra na ade na wo pa kire so far entumi sakra
asem se akokosa sen anya akroma fa na se ni aban ni ye bia no hu se ade papa
etumi ba so sa akroma be hu se we dey se metumi me nkopa akokọ fofo etumi ba sa besides nana me pa kan first ni se aban bia bebe bia no se wo we musa no so oye bibi na se enko ye magana fo ese so bi kan if so no wa ban mu no oral Luther Jacobs obeka say serie ni niema because ne hoto no now pa me ne no enkosi dwom ni emisa enkofo se ekosei no on sign real feedback
asesa dwom no so to ade
oh we sure so kompu
okoyi mo
we sure ene da hoyi
e better okase wi azana
ene da hoyi
na wanum ni ti wa ba bete
ene da hoyi jeso binum ti ana jeso kuyi man ai nso wo bai
da wonya mi ase o da wonya mi ase se wonye ti anu
wa hufufuo ni conflicts afra niema eko wo man mu a opasi circle na hwese den ekoso nkronkron na multi tv mo koso no mo pa mo creative program be feedback na manfo mfa keke mra na mo hwe enkoyi inti no ebiom ni ameka ni se eye so won atumi anya ska but achene ba ye toso de ro no de eboa because say mo ze bibi koso but wo ye wa se dia wo hwe da nya bibi a wo ye bibi fofora na ehu se why are they now 4.5 years later 4.5 years later and it to me yes how 4.5 years later Nema kika ema me no aven so kan article na Brony Bessie is very heavy on economic language. The fano me menti ase kakra menti ase na maka ho asem na ne ekoso pa na ase ne sei who can editorial graphic editorial one bon for na baso but the ending statement no is loaded because corruption akoso man mu na ma ubisa se so den ne beba upa menka e ho no nkyerɛ niema akoso Ghana no e ma obisa sɛ den ne beba if say ebia no sɛ me pagya 51 million yi ye kinkan won aka na ye friends judgment debt sɛ mu ka ho a sika wo bubuja na sentem gida de poi yewu na 600 million bi na yentumi mbu ensese nkonta no nti yetumi ka sɛ owura kofo etumi ma na ban eboabo sika no ayen aye sika ne de ye neama na fe de this wakope obi de nti na den na mo ye aban mu a mo de munya sika di ye na mo ntumi anhwe Ghana de so na afi na ti sɛ yakoji Eurobond sɛ ka bi a ezi ye hu
MBB mo je Eurobond mo give.
There's no problem, but you saw the effect within the period. That's the whole point.
And ours is also going to take effect. People will see what we've done.
Mumu de mutimi di ma de no
but kabase won so man kase won fanya adwuma na me kase emra won de aba emra won nya won sem a esese epage man no 4.5 years kaba dana ye dana ye page ura mills no sada no ye wu akola bia
kabade sa wadi for
sada no nkosu ma onim kase bia bi this time around we mistake obey oni ofiefu nya because when so changes must come. I'm saying say changes be ne buy changes be part ne buy a problem are positive because akola na when you na yenhira na ye de yenhira na no say we owe it a duty to generations unborn to make good use of state resources. It is because of the level of corruption we have encountered over the last few years. It is yenti once was hard. It is iska way ba asisi ehwehwem kaba mo na mukita mfidie ni niema ya de hwehwe niema. And you must be bold. You must be bold.
Sika no ya de beye niema
ya susu ya de beye no.
No problem.
And also ka ho asisi etumi di akire because between the fact say won tumi nya niema amnye hu say o man ne konanim one and the fact say kakra na wo no so ye di agu ye bottom ne afunum two no ema ye bisa questions
mate
asisi Ghana for
alote ya no e so obenya no ye di amaya
na wa kan wa se mi de akoko oso de na ba onya akroma fe na ye won nkroma so ho a wo pia akoko asenche de won nkroma wo pia akoko asenche
za akoko na bi o
bi o
akoko de
onu akoko asenche
ebi wo ne krase o
onu akoko asenche za akoko na ne ntakra no se ase etwetwe no sa etwetwe no sa za akoko no wo mo ha dwe ba sa
tell me I don't print up
ai
gawa iba magiz de enyeme bi o a say ye kan wa sama let's be patriotic a bit yawa na odu baby a yi politics yen vontunje na yen hwe asenu na how we can move this country forward because say time bia na beka de inte shobi na nyuma on the Bible news ana ahwo so da. The problem has been there always. Nti inyanum as generation we as leaders are inyanzu ye take over from impeinfui. Inyanzu abadwin na yewo aye butum ye za abo omani maye.
Tlemuma no weni.
Oh, say as one can.
Oh, my cousin. My cousin was na nje oti the mama na bani we vote them amount of money nekasin odi beye them MPP yume nje odo baba na bado
but I look at no asem o kan say nti I take you about 4.5 years after no motimi raise sika e dey akoto asa project MPP for ja ho no
yeah aben bia woni priority
oh so it was not a priority
ebe kaba mesa aben bia woni priority but oman oyo oman Ghana Sabita Frache yen constitutional po wa men kwande bibiala previous government abeyen ofatan or that baby or but be a otiado. Nti mejizi de masina buildo ye winning the continuation of this project na bisa there yaka fa them single salary policy is about to go oman numu edwumayefo nkankan aban edwumayefo obi a repre there saa sike ya be obi anya ni share ama various are the workers under government pay structure obi a repre there will migrate one onto the single spine abana years ofata oba masika ba yimpa no kotokum nde enwu edwumayefo pia wan sitem asesa nti you look at it there much attention was on how to alleviate workers problems, how to alleviate workers sufferings, how to make the worker get better salaries, to have a better living. Nti there are priorities. Iya kodunya na sikanka kakra revenue abenyan no zisha the gang of four project team. Nti jodo ye de oye MPP fupo de there Mahama Naban it may raise the euro money na or invest in these projects. I mean Jamaica projects no one some. Because at the end of the day it doesn't benefit the MPP alone. They won't initiative projecting. It is Ghanaians. Indian as a country, it benefits us. No be also be smooth riding. Nti say ya koni ina otum or the congest traffic the jams are. Nje no ye me.
4.5 years?
No, yeah. You see, if you ask me, you can never get what you want. you best make use of what you have to get what you want. Come out and say.
Me too.
You make best use of what you have to get what you want. Nti kakakra. Nimbre na aso. The mo project or the ye bomozi yewie. Na mejizi there odo ya futuma aban biala obaba power. There say aban ne dwumayefo mpanyimfo will initiate policies, especially regarding infrastructure projects. Woma yen share yen cut yen quote according to our size. What's also auto baby number sedu. Ne sometimes you want abai ni minister bo ni officials our ministry they will initiate certain projects be or na sike bi anyu. I mean, it has affected me. In the sense there are a lot of farm projects. I mean, yeah, won't you have a car? No, mommy, my company or here. Won't you have a car?
Boys.
Nah, I have seen a lot of friends. Since we seize one cars. What to do one cars? What to do one thing?
Because some of the car.
It's a sign of their failure.
Oh, one bill to the same thing. Yeah, 2009. A cover ye botu MPP over 1 billion Ghana cedis.
But at least he who eduma no.
Oh, eduma no hang away. Eduma but for wo ye ya. Oh,
but now 2009. Alote say 2009 mu betwa ka bebre MPP for Jan ho. Na can be that so how still muntia in the last 4 years na ban mo ye dem moto na mo ye
na abaizu wo ni manifesto
no
order implement
ahin na modi so
ehun bo sa sin na say ya ma me ye na ye say be ba be ye MPP fu won ye me bi a won wo ye nkusuku ma won chenchen na ye so onu na ye betu edo a na ye bezi echi a na ban ye be de ye be ye de
na so wan so aka say constitution ni say oba project ho na say
and na make do the gang of four project ye be ehun the president miss vote sika onye bi na wewie onye bi na watch motor ya wewie car so for the work obe ya onye bi na won someone wewie car for obe ya or facilitate the movement of vehicles to Accra Central ye to ye ni ye gudu ye nke no so ne ye ne za ko wi ba ami me say ma foto yin there edwuma wo man ye to nya abasa bebi obodu na ye hwe nya abasa nso aye to no ye fa hwe no hu sika aye wo ama ye tum se edwuma eye no nkonkro ebie na ebasa anan na etum wi a oye mfoso so na ye edwuma pia ntum wi me just say oya foto me yin yala as Ghanaians because some of these policies in onfi aban ho yen paying for washa abanaza wonya aban ye edwuma wotum wo ye nyeme pia sometimes aban bo nyim hu bi motin enwa bad say equal agricos enwa the extra policy of Webuahin or adopting in agricos or implementing to its sources only there odu extra of Webuahin or wa fibi wo wa ebia mfie bia ni damu kwani na mreye damu kwan so ye damimbi merisisi dam area today is Legon merisisi dam wo edani wo
for buying na di susu ye
oh no that be susu
na onye best
area say na Ivory Coast ko ye munja kan
oh na Ivory Coast
if you want to do a proper
no a proper analysis
leadership per se but
I'm not saying leadership
yeah but I'm saying say that was a problem as far as I'm concerned because resources are no opportunity or no eso to me yen sense
no the money wie
I know for susu nkroma
de bia yes sabu ba e mo yan sin bibia wa ban ba yetiesi dia ne oye ya ma osi ni bibi oye sun go oye wo ma
opa boy phone lines ni ti opa menyame na meka opa boy
mo
phone
ga
lines
ngi mo go for dem oh Nigeria yi mo ga ngi mo go for dem ti
and mo
it's an invitation it's a signal
Adom
to
TV
their serial callers
Adom TV for any one lines ni akoma
mo serial callers mo ni serial callers
me say Crawford be friend any serial callers
na wa
I Ghana for
na
I say I am station serial callers in Ghana
I am before guess no get Ghana for me that's so they yen me Ghana for
there be say mo yi mo ho afrim
de bia MPP for I am say mo ye pure organization
there be mo na madwen mo sa
dabi
yeah mo na muti ona mo nunu mo ho sere because mo pese mo de kam asem yes Ghana for bre
na me da se ma do temwie
me ka no afre me
enti kaba
alote
amiji
enti am before mum na ban ase se
order what ban ase na wa bo won Vodafone bo awokote Ghana Telecom what ni onye sika no wozu gote onye salary we are able to pay our workers
are you sure
na ya to na abazi ni eje to workers ka
strike
oh next strike is afibo since Adam times strike got
asempa
until the corruption again
asempa
corruption as again me see there so ban Ghana corruption or dey nya yakofufo ni fie e be say na e ba fa abokwandu na and then just the corruption starting from Adam
now who nim sir
minim
onimba nsemo akanyi na say Adam nsem na akanyi
Adam nsem na
o say e wo da o say e wo afbo
minim nti aye na ye kaze mbia onye ye techamodura because here the waste that obesi so waste that as a fufu bi anyi asase do nemu they are saying there about the policy bi ba we should grow our country no there wa ka yes as akroma ono ni nemu akokopo ohuhu also wo fompo onye ne fe mo nya do be cha akokon they always want to take opportunity before they want to cash in on everything. But Ghana must grow. That's what we are telling the MPP. Or you go to there, what opposition will criticize about. But it's important they will go to baby or they take some bipartisan approach. Be near to bois there, yeah, patabua, Nagana, man, way to na Yazumo Bozin, or by Yaza, woman are Bozin, and this waba. No abakade euro bonds again we the amount of money no was our finance projects or omeyima it's going to again kickstart our economy it's going to revive our economy
na afredu e kan say ade e your responsibility now koya dey tin say ebo abaso ho ade e nyina nim say ade e sesa wo yo what ho a wonye afi no 4 year half years wo kunye ska na wo ba be ya
say wo brother
so Ghana fonga say da say
enyi wo brother tifie na ne pe so na wo shirt man or to do we have as na gaje Abasem never catch.
That's now over catch.
One na show better so. Na zo shirt ya man no on to do more na every big man. O to do more we na ozo more e ka den.
Yeah, o kan den che.
What e ka den.
Oh, yeah, o kan den.
Odanas. E be ti na be say one day na say.
Oh.
Oh, what's oh.
What do you sika? O se yenda was.
One the way to Uska.
He metia na me sika no. Your friend saying 51
Nana no see.
One on the way to
Uska.
One on the way to Asomo can one on the way to Ghana ska.
And this yaban.
Oh, man mo carelessness no be ebe di Ghana ska o say yen na ye oyama obi di Ghana ska.
Alotis ska dey na omo carelessness.
Na me ja wa 51 o baka what you mean asam. I mean what you mean asam be
better before the try. Enya before the try. Even though claims now making arises from MPP for
Pompon obo wo MPP one now no obo pay egu yen do most why yen
na momo pai
the one o say ekuru
mate ye na for anu si nti o de ugidi ani say ese ye nyina ye hwese sika na aba na ebitim ya adwuma.
That's it. I mean masam simple ayin there ma abani akin yen hwe imu yen bo yen nwa na fa hwe there obo wie one get there 1 year at the Abian variations dam obaban physical if in a gay bibi or nemu yan sure the contractors na wo yegman estimates I was a man mo was ko tender mo wo winning yan sure ni ye
well it is how we contractor obeja tum say certainly variations but because 2009 but cement to work cost of labor
do you blame the politician if the variation is over bloated? No was about the variation dam 15%. Oh, America. Osi,
who do you blame?
No, whom do I blame?
Because the person who does it.
Yes.
And you have set the tone for Nipano to do what they do.
One and all set it tone.
The politician.
Then you.
Oh, why? I'm not taking my. I'm saying that you asked the question. I'm saying that the premise now set because betna ha wo alote betna ha kase niema ekoyi. Nipa no ogra no hu se nkoyi. Nti odi bibi bre wo se ekoyi de ane etua. Wo blow to ama. Wan di no kra nkyere no. Wo alote wan di no kra nkyere. E wo se enya wo na ye.
In a reference my contract awama obi observation.
It is your problem. You create the problem. So don't and create this situation. Muhu ye yo. Abere no. What me on be?
Muhu ye.
Alote versi.
Me desi.
Mate.
Masaba.
O now so be keto be kan tem na me nyama ayi.
You see $200 million. And once am near can say for $200 million. 600 million a buying a D who grow in about 3 months last year. 104 won tiama
600 million there.
So budgetary allocation be now 1 year in Basano. Ada ye kan wase. 51. Ye kan allocate so did agree.
Na 51. Aban so oje.
Jida for ne ahe.
51 aban so oje.
Why did you pay in the first place? Jida for de ne ahe. Udi kani na boma e 200 million ye kan. It's much more. I'm saying if Kufuor was using internally generated funds, it means that the economy was good. I don't know what the mobile went to the mo person no money need that so
no was Kufuor paying those monies. So Kufuor but
the work was started. So how did it get started? And it was ongoing when he took office.
There are political works. Yeah, highway, N1 highway. Yeah, Kufuor commissioned 3 times. Or cut it more than 3 times.
No, political.
No, who know political. Oh, yeah, I build in the constructive.
Moko instructive.
No, one more constructive.
Scan everything.
You never show in there. Yeah, commission upon no for president now or copy the miscan bay. But this one that was Yaza.
Naga.
There are a lot of projects. These are the Gang of Four was a political project too. Something to finance their campaign.
All these routes.
They are all political projects. Initiate this project.
All of them were there. When you came, you said yourself, what can the CCR say? Started. I feel say started.
Yes, starting.
What's not started?
Starting for 2 years. Starting. I'm
telling you.
O text messages Fafa email kabatman@johnline.com. It is out to some potemu asa projects here me di kan bobo so you know e koso no a ya my feedback ni ehwe say ni aban so ahya ase so oba be yo no otimi ya yen say the central for akore ni follow up Lucky Herbal Center NSO asen e ma ye de nkomodidie na ebre wo ntichiru no ade de obi nkase ade nya onimu ade ye wa na se opa no adura na wotutu mrika sabiu awomu nsem ade ha so wo be ma so wo ba na so ntichiru no mpamu ade gonorrhea ne ni aka so stroke ne hypertension ene rheumatism kotudwe ni ade ni nyina no a fa ni nyina afo ani che Lucky Herbal Center na ekope ehu aduro na yentimi famao ultramodern laboratory ya edi hwehwe mogya mu yade mawa wom na afa yetimi ascan ba bia yade no wo na yetimi ape eno aduro de ma no oba mema wo mo ba bia omo da ma ne nkwada separate restrooms wo ho a se o yade na woda ho na amanfo peso ba besrawa eno so akwanya wo ho ye Lucky Herbal bitters no etwiti eye koko ene yesabe obema ana oba wayemre ewo mpam na afi yo Lucky Herbal mixture eno etu malaria etidi ase se ne be amuja no subetimi anantie ye ogomwa ogakrum on the Winiba road oko Swedromin road kwano so a eho na Lucky Herbal Center ewo ana afi yo branch ewo Kaswa ewo nyanya no kwano so 0243 201 244 0243 201 244 0242 758-231 0242-758-231 and after 0242-238745 0242-238745 Lucky Herbal Center say oba opomudin nsem ne de yade a omo insini form kra ye je kra to oba ye ba messages aba ye beto aso na afi yakọ tewu ene 5 wages for nsemu na ye the politics no atimi aba abiri e ba sia or adwenchira betimi dia brain kabatmanjoonline.com yeah text emails kakraba one I'll say Kaba please tell the MPP man propaganda and adults let's think about Ghana Ralph from Elubu and all the bread Ose
propaganda unti alutino unti
Clement Grant or say Kaba thanks for the wonderful work keep it up please wish my darling Margaret Atugba Yimini of Winkombo happy birthday. May she live to enjoy the fruit of her wombs. Womb na eba couple in your wombs. One from Mamani Michael Kaba yesterday on the Kusi saying, I sent you a mail in regard to a publication in the Free Press about how many medasi saw her live or London. Unfortunately, sir, allegations free press for publishing. Me nyadia me what evidence to back that effect. Me metina make cancer bra me hu ye no china obi siu me a wo landing ya tia kwame amakoma me why tia kwame amakoma me nua pa ye yida net na osi no
ono wale
o ba landing and o say ni na me meka no china ya chemi a sa allegations and na from me sa there be nyam na meka mate sa asem no but nyam na me meka we have the better a benefit more no Dominique Abacha so what is our free press asem no
they be allotted your becker
onte
no that mean hey man text messages I mean
what is the NDC need
sa allegation about election a judgment onte okay we dey actually because we na make us as
can clear
when you use
the word allegation you are safe
the fact that I'm using allegation no doesn't absolve me so una so watch them ejuma na nisu bebre
obedada me we are
because I am sure obi kakra we sure kakra
obedada me
oh senior man
na ya che communication consultant
obedada me
company in putting this thing.
Yeah, alluded
yeah. Parliament did what Jana.
Nasal once me
contract
once me MPP ninti.
Omaje.
And then you alluded them for time. Once me
almost MPP. Na so
the contract program media into me.
Oh, but obi anim so MPP ninti.
So it's surprising.
Oh well.
Now anyway, what they say no I don't know because I was going to say come NDC for MPs na baso.
They were appearing on the show.
No, they were the ones who actually queried GBC about it.
GBC na atemility. Yeah. Oh, I see. Na program or GTV in the house
to encourage
in the house.
And the establishment of more TV stations in Ghana. So that this
Dominique
Abacha GBC in government intervention be an minister be get a programming. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You
are not understanding me.
Private station.
No, but then that's bad.
If the station with more TV stations, it becomes competitive. Yes, like multi TV.
But your program, it's a public service program. So if anybody should be interested, it's GBC. And if anybody should be interested, there's that minister.
You do.
It is a minister being IS.
Dominique, Dominique Abacha, I'll say, I think this line of discourse is exposing the true reason why our politicians seek power. Are they seeking power only to better the lot of our people, or are they aiming to get power for their selfish gains? With this kind of behavior, I shudder to believe that latter and stop the MP and the MPP are the worst culprits. How can we start focusing on 2016 when 2013 is not even yet over? What happened to Ghana first? It's a shame. And Dominique Abacha at the brain. I'm Michael again. One from Abdullah Mahama. I'll say Kaba. I hope my ears were misleading. Then some section of the Accra Kumasi Highway, which is contractually known as a Kwafu Krum Apeja Road, is conspicuously missing from the underlisted rules. Come again, Mr. Minister.
Very bad.
Are you sure?
I've shown it 3 times.
Okay, you know, Konongo bypass.
The Bahamas.
No, but they are beyond. It's
Encounter.
Well, you're Minister, baby, sir. How come?
It's a problem.
President Mahama, it is crystal clear. It is crystal clear that President Mahama has nothing good to offer this nation. Can the NDC government name one thing the whole country has benefited from since the late president and even this current one? For example, MPP government brought NHIS and school feeding program, which the whole country is now enjoying. NDC, name one, just one. That's mobile Modiaba, one from Slim. Or the Fifi just Ashanti in the brain. Bernard Asante or Sekaba, I think the NDC is disgracing Ghana. Instead of focusing on governance, they are fighting who leads them in 2016. And it will be coming on to that one. One from Ufusuhine. Good morning, Kaba. Please tell the MPP to reorganize themselves and stop what they are saying. My greetings to Nanado and Nanada Mwa, Ebenezer Kuma from Takwa, and Odi Ebre, or say Kaba, we went to a dorsum. Say a dozen, yeah, they are meeting me. I can't. Free press as I'm managing editor, not sending me. But editor, but so I ready so because I'll speak to you. But maybe
for number no man no phrases here.
Oh, you only me a number 0302211701 to AF4. Managing editor, frame me.
There be no boss, so the name one friend.
Yabua Kennedy, good morning, Kaba. Please kindly tell the Minister of Roads and Highways to turn his attention on the Brekum Drobu Road because the road is in a very bad state. For a couple of years, you see 35 souls and all kind of so. People are dying due to the poor nature of the road. One from kin mankind or the fruit Drobu and the brain. Kwekwan Ponsa, good morning, Kaba. My name. Hey, watch your Kwekwan but don't say Udin the Kwame. Okay. Please, I want to ask you, do you think the 243 cities can sustain a national service personnel posted far away from his hometown? I have no option but to serve, but the truth is I serve with the greatest indignation. I hate the service, and if I ever become president, and then the first thing I make sure national service, really?
But you see, that thing needs a discussion, Kaba. It really does. Because private university for say, why are they doing national service?
Oh, I'm national service.
What's the purpose of national service? And so when you have who design common, then you position private investors on where to earn school fees.
No, but you not narrow national service.
Not necessarily say
yes, it's not necessarily
very
because
good. So there are all kinds. You see,
okay, I get
someone me page and it's not a quick discussion.
Okay.
Propaganda no. It's a serious.
But I think I get it.
It's a serious.
Someone now can hear right, but the allocation cannot see right.
You see, and Tina Maker said it's not a simple discussion.
Gerald Anthony Fredu Ajiman, also trophy German South. Fredu Ajiman, the name that rings a bell.
Maybe I go baby or not.
But
I see many people think the judgment of the Supreme Court on election petition is a confirmation of God's approval. Okay, Mahama, but then. All right, Niti Niabaka Crown no. But before you to us, na tell who funds and some sure say OTA or more president, OTA fair wages for you strikes in 7 and no so do not. The end ya found so mine.
Come on, me who say, me why do you see as so? I dear back me who say, ya Ghana for you through. They say, Obi Becani Buswasem. Now, or Becan, call Befaswa canoe. Open so, can say, a sefata wo. No, no, 700. Or no, 700. Say ye too, say ye use sag, say ye hoy. Only brown or bre. Inti na ya won ye na ye na se ebedi mu no kre apensen mu ahu na ehia won nsama papa na dutu dwamanti ni nyina but back kan no see upgrading structure was a bibi ni emebi hu hia won sa ade na aye asama ye ntumi nka ai se ye hu na ye beka hwan ne ne ka sansem no esese ye tumi bisem na there should be constant maybe ani edi san komo no se le be ya maybe ano na ya
me say na me di hu ya say matro letter July
mo say matro se waye enya hu waye nti wu kan na bia onimo ono de se waye enya hu onya hu waye wo di akire but the point is that ni maybe say the negotiator for no wo eko bo aka asem no wo ka si he na bo be na ya wo na nsiso won de konhia mu no because who can now cook bibi na enko baswa edu baby a ni ba no be fa won adwen nti e fa won eco strike no esisi enye ntiase bi wo ho ni ehu edu baby a se bi ebe ye nsin hu a wo be hu se yasem ehu hia so abe hu menye ndi se owura na ye ne kasa no oye obi a omu ne hu menye ndi se tewufo no emu won ho a chese ye mpese ye adwuma bi na akwadro na onwe menye nisa I cannot be into something is wrong na sa something no esiso bi ka ho asem uko aban mu so a esisa aban etumi di nsem a ho no nokre udi nokre no kire nipa na wo ya te ho ho ase ne ehu se ye benya nidaso a e benya ne sa kwan so no wan ka na prekope no no wa mo onte ho wan ante ho ase a you have created a problem nti aban den pa na o ka kire wo futuo no munya monka mokan no moaka no na ededam ye nhedent ye ho ase nti no ono nso hu se party apparatchiks cruise bi enya won contract enya won sika etumi gigi post eye na mebi no o ye adwuma na nkasa onya na mfaso a
no tintin is our
o mi yesi na some kama no kra hu se party fo bi enyinya enya won post gigi won sika ananya amenye se na se nya enyinya agigigi won sika etwa ye num contract ahodo ba na tewu nipa no no ohwe nani so fifiri e de adwuma
but answers na fair wages
it makes you wonder me what honum it makes you wonder about that now fair wages no Zambia no kan na enyem de Zambia no kan na enyem de ba ko bi me se me tro me refi kan wan kan yi na esese wonya botre won de no because me madwen say the name details ni nyina enti no the American is based on men
yeah what is here
yes madwen say mu na mu gina mfimfin una mo be negotiate iska na nsha bobotom se ne okan no imrani bi ho no ma anya ono neso but kon fa so kan ne enko yi but iska na nsha bobotom na esese wo hwe na amanfo te won ho ase na so be ye ne sa de ane one na etena se akasa no one kasa na se bi ubu no kwase a ono so ehwe wa oni ode be ka kire oni se ni ode be hia wafa nti esese wo nya ho abotre nneɛma no adeɛ baako ne sɛ woma nsɛm da adi a afei woka wasɛm a ɛyɛ da because obi ate wase na nsɛm no bi hɔ na wanka ne yi a afei ɛba na ɛkyeakyea pɛ yɛbu atɛn a yɛbu tia wo nti megye ɛm sɛ fair wages foɔ no ɛso wɔn to wɔn bo kakra na mahu ne deɛ mede mɛka sa nkɛse so wɔn to wɔn bo na wɔn gye nokorɛ no firi aban hɔ because nokorɛ no nso sika ni hɔ ne korɔ no wɔn sɛ nneɛma no bi wɔ hɔ no aban ni ho plans a ɔbɛ generate saa sika no ɛbɛma ahoboa aba ne yɛde ama teacherfoɔ ne wɔn yɛ kɛkɛ ka ho aban ni saa adwene no baabiara wɔ wɔn nneɛma mu yɛka ho asɛm baako deda wɔn si projects na yɛbɛba kora wɔn ate asi nya deɛ yɛbɛtoa so ne nti ɛbɛyɛ dɛ ne yɛnya akadeɛ kakra de aboa wɔn yɛ aka nti there are real issues there na wodi nokorɛ no kyerɛ nipa no a wobɛhu but osoro so obɛdi nokorɛ no because ɛsɛ yɛbɛba 2016
Fatwa so preko
wɔnim sɛ hɔ no ɛbɛkyerɛ
Fatwa so preko
ɛhɔ no mede madwen ni kabi ma menka bi amamuo no saa na ɛteɛ nea ɛwɔ mu no sɛ ɛsɛ ebinom ɛyɛ wɔn adwuma yie ɛbɛma saa kasa yi anya ne gyinabea nea meka si so ne sɛ saa mmerɛ yi a yɛwɔ mu yi nsɛm yi a mo apagya me yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ yi ɛyɛ nneɛma ehia ɔman no sisi yɛ a yɛ kasa tewufoɔ hia wɔn sika sɛnea yɛbɛyi yɛ saa akwan ne nneɛma nama nneɛma mpuntuo bi aba saa nneɛma no ne hia nipa no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a nipa bɛtumi atɔ aduane adi saa nneɛma no ne hia nipa no sese krono a nkurɔfoɔ bi bɔ yɛn ɛsese yɛtumi ka ho asɛm baako bi a mehu sese a yɛse Bulgar MCE no wadi sika bi ama presidency yɛmfa sika no mmra na yɛakye no anaa mesɛ meka sɛ NDC4 yɛ nkye wɔn wɔmfom a yɛ nkye wɔn yɛgu kora yɛ but you see immediately we must be doing the real things ɛbɛma nipa hu sɛ what level of investigation papa no da so post ana I don't know is he still at post if he's not at post nneɛma bɛn ne ayɛ kyerɛ sɛ investigation kɔ so but Saturday mean do one cause Jida ne ho anyina say cause to me ba draft report ba final report ba hand it over to somebody and send a committee for about ni nyina wo ne kan si so ne say sa nneema no ene hia Ghana for titru samre nti won we wo to me na say ginabia na etumi ka sansem say ye kaba say ye multi TV say multimedia say ye station bi say newspaper bi si ye twe nipa adwen ko ne hia Ghana for a sansem nipa bi begya ika ora de ko gaze no ono ne ho kyire no na nse ntamu nti bi okekeka we di age niam bi
ho kyire ro kwa me
oh refi na nse ntam so ne ora mahamanya problems or nominations
MMC
and na mafo kasetia no sa se emia no party no na sisi aso alota katre so gigi contract kakra ebia na yesa na mafo uka office bi ayemwa nti na ho akyire nti na so uka bibi ma bibi nti no amanfo ntina se but ne hia pa ne se
o de ahometie na aka sesa asemu
me the analysis na me ye no utumi twitwitwi otu niam ne ba na bibi awadwen kyerɛ no utumi pagya sɛ ye nokra sɛ nye nokra so na obi aboagu nti no me de me ka sɛ ebia ɔno ne ho kyerɛ no wakoka nsɛm ama ne ho kyerɛ no nti no ama bibi wo ama mo ni nkoyi ane eba no nti na fe oka na NDC for amanfo bi koka na nado ho asɛm on tisi dwom adi ho asa sɛ ya agbaja sɛ ya dowa sɛ ya dia oni nyina afedia wo ho akyere ho wobɛti ne alote bɛka abɛka sɛ yɛ mogu ɔbɛtia de kakra no ɛta aka no de adane aba MPP no ahyɛ daka no nwuran but media ne American system say as far as I'm concerned honestly say yɛ MPP say yɛ NDC me sakasa no so bi pɛsɛ ɔka yɛ ma ne nka nya nkrofo de behia no so ye mfa behia no ne hia titru ne se esese Ghana for de ye di adwen so se niema bi hu hia ye samre nti se de be adwuma na ese yen ara se mfa anya adwuma so ese yen ara me nka sentia NDC for na me nka sentia MPP for CPP for de beba me nka sentia won PNC for de won yan fa mba be ha me because owura ya rega de emwa but esese amanfo bi ho no ma
ada na abɛkyerɛ nipa wo
I na ye dey NDC for to board me na make NDC for asem it's because I am anyosem intino yeah intino ndɛ But well, you know, no, but no, me, Kaba, yeah, Kaba, you know me, I must say it's simple. You know, me that, and this, I mean, Kobo, which is because he hear me. Sebe won atrobia no oman ni bi hunyam na mekire
mate
yeah but na me can see so say me say MPP won hihye samre so won kire me pa say won start in 2016 hu ame ho be yira me NDC for class there should be a group or there should be people on there won adwuma no but yan be gina dwom enka yeah
mate aloze infite uni enfa politics ni fanwie
yo
so the politics so be say na be tell so akowia
our governor was on easy lies the head
that was the crown.
Now one person I pity most in this country only Smith Graham,
George Smith Graham. Fair wages for CEO.
I and Oba television that you could see that he's so fatigued. More time for God and country. I will share some of the positions taken by Nana on the issue there, also as lecturers, teachers, or workers in general. Sometimes in whether to stand on the side of government or whether to stand on the side of workers. But sometimes we should be pragmatic in our discourse when it comes to such national issues. Nti meji de abanoso oye nebuta de obama sika ko worker bi hanu kutukum. Now sometimes you can workers it's like government workers. But we should bear in mind the private sector employ more people than the government sector. And the BBI in the scheme of things, let us look at the Ghanaian worker than narrowing it to government workers. But in our sectors, when you look at teachers, and then the UTAG, FUSAG, TEU, they play a very important role in our lives. Because at the end of the day, Omembia and manpower comes from these institutions. And these are the brains that impact knowledge onto our children who then become workers. Because I have children who are working. I want some kind of worker. Na Abuja yezemo one. The Ghana here flag okuyi obeye nyame wo. Nti abuta na actually the other side is this government has committed itself so much. Then workers or they win your sympathy ma this NDC government for boldly initiating this single spine salary. Oh, taking that bold decision because it was in the shelves.
It was not on the shelves, Alote.
It was on the shelves.
President Kufuor signed it a day before he left office.
Oh, on it.
Mobile was suspended for a year.
Urban politics of interest. Urban politics of interest are Charlie MPP number 1.
Mobile was suspended for a year.
Oh, yes, suspended for a year because
yes, other government workers
we need to consult stakeholders.
I agree.
I implement.
But you had 1 year to study the document.
What I'm saying is that
before that, they had people in parliament.
Workers should have sympathy for Mahama's government for taking this bold initiative. Now, we've taken the bull by the horn that we are prepared to march this country forward with our workers. And see, we came out implementing this policy. Now, we are also telling Ghanaians there, but at least we've been able to implement or we'll be able to migrate workers onto this salary structure. Oma, in the look at workers. Nana bonde employee, but say nana or employee awa share musi the new ama ososun mo oham new ama ebunde yes because of kebimam gebinti no orka na onfina gumum because nje one boy abado kaka one boy abado na Jesus Christ can assembly there. If you don't even recognize me and praise me, Google for me, people will turn into human beings and praise me. Nti mejisi there, we go to baby Onyama abota kaka. Nekaba.
Alote?
Mejisi there, Fair Wages and Salary Commission. So they should open up a channel of information or communication between them and the various stakeholders will represent one interest. There, implement into 9. Majority there, it also doesn't help. Maybe believe there constant interaction with these stakeholders. Fusa, Tewu, na nigga kawana ze obwa ma the tension ya because for the past 12 years. Yeah, labor fronting. There's been so much upheaval in our labor front.
Recent times they are not.
It doesn't. Investors also they look at such things. The message is there. We want to expand our economy. We want our graduates to also get employment. Now, say sometimes it confuses these investors there. Investors in the main film. Statement statement that George Lawson okan wa adeko ka hon adeko ka ze minya ka ba ne nzama okan no ye and actual fact is irresponsible. It's an irresponsible statement.
Why?
It marks opportunism.
How?
I mean, I call this sycophancy.
Adekoka.
No. This statement, not his person. But is it?
No, yes. This statement is sycophancy.
It's like what Sir John. Sir John here.
Oh, the MPP.
Now they don't care.
Yeah. What's there? What's a Wunyangu ni fear ishwa? So
Nanadu de by Muana Musumu Nanadu no.
Oh, Nanadu Missy.
Why a push?
So Wunyangu ni fear isho. And then Wunyangu na Bojurishwa. Jeye na Jesu. Na Aje ya Jenny Bibakau. Na za Orisi wa MPP. Ma MPP pevu wakan. Onusu ne Adekoka wakamado Odaba. And it creates confusion because already now leader, John Mahama, president, John Mahama. John Mahama is representing the whole country as the president of the republic and commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. But I mean, your contract is no, he for your contract is some, but he has said the right thing at the wrong time. You're doing the right thing at the wrong time. It's as equal as doing the wrong thing. This is not the time for him to be saying this. Because history should always guide us. Look at what happened. The late president. Today, time is not right for such things. What is important is to build party structures. Because in Indian, we have what it takes to win elections. Especially under President Mahama.
Not anymore.
No, Mahama Kasha.
What is special about President Mahama?
Regardless of it.
Missy, your Wadibia won't win. No winning. Na ebere maga.
I catch him.
Onya no kwa.
Onya no kwa.
Mr. Obebrim wenwom de bia ma. Your Wadibi wo wa. Won wenyi bi na wenyim so. Yet be to one elections bia. Enti ya che bia na Mahama we di ni 8 years akoma here NDC for years e abre. Na won so won bra kakra. Ono di wo want to munda. But I said he said the right thing at the wrong time. What our intention now is to build our party structures, is to go for our branch, constituency, regional, and national elections. Nefi, you want better for 2016. Time is not right for a leader. When you have a leader, you have a sitting leader. You don't go around bisect.
But are there my reasons in Tiano Cancer? No, say NDC moon pay distraction. Be a more be a man and you say, or say,
there's no distraction.
Sana, you know, man,
maybe Ade is living in Cinderella Wonderland. There's no distraction anywhere. The NDC is focused because for 8 months
it's a regional chairman talking.
NDC,
how many seats will be there?
NDC is focused. And here for good 8 months in Nana Fredo and one party here for quarter, one ma here economy as lucky.
One team who has
the or the year for court economy in all your BBO. It is now for us to take one step back and move 2 steps forward.
Very well.
And for that reason, we are giving all our support to the president to ensure the manifesto promises are original platform okay. For 3 months, Ghana fu when your confidence won't move to Abamanen. We to my implement my sending a win 2016 elections.
Marty, I'm saying first, Metamaso. In a minute,
this much I say. Because what kind of story destroy itself?
No, like a sparks. What's a advocacy bisa? Franca Ozidu. I mean, your party is imploding.
As you have seen now, sorry, I text messages I'm for the emails near thereby. We or say Kaba, thanks for the good show. In addition to the Tewu issue, there are numerous teachers who have been working tirelessly for years without pay. When is government going to pay us? Upon Ajiman or the Fiswedruin or the Brian Asante or say Kaba, I can confidently and on authority tell you that the $200 million earmarked for the completion of these projects under this NDC government will be misplaced and misapplied, and half of it will be diverted, trust me, into their pockets. I don't know about that one. Everything in Ghana is politics, Kaba. Can you believe that almost all the senior secondary schools in Ghana have no vacancies? I completed the University of Education Uniba with first class, and yet Ubia and Pese, Babaji been put my barber chair there. Well, unfortunately, we have first class now.
Empire or Chodama, Sabika Frage. There are a lot of private secondary schools.
Uncle Pibin.
Oh, please.
Uncle Pibin.
If you mean here teachers now,
you are not creating jobs. Ubi can't say now, why the man?
Oh, you see, you expect government always. You see that mentality. They are about creating jobs.
Thank you. Lucky Eba Center, and I saw saying, am I heading pacing, and I don't pay Ben Alote Jacobs, aka only educated fisherman.
Oh, no, yeah,
new officer. New officer. New officer.
New officer osa. Ewa, nya ose no ye no say. Ewa. That name, that is the title. That is the title of the Sakuma Wulomo.
Oh, okay.
The Sakuma Wulomo's title is New Ofite Osa.
No, and now what you found?
No, me again in Jaffa. I'm not the MB before.
Hey, Jamano, Benaya, so the Sa, oh,
and I will hear Jabra. I mean, Bumunga, I will. Now, I will Mukumo. I will hear Jabra. What's an eye and a come Multi TVP, why you? I will move you.
Lucky about center.
chrono no ekoso pa ni
chrono ben
oh they be a chrono
na na fancy
lucky
ba center so ya se me pa cho
but I am an sleeping tablet guy I'm no
say me dan me hu ya
oh you put that I don't know see
me ba cho se pem ya de na ayewa fu ani che lucky ba clinic na yen sa ya de stroke hypertension diabetes ni aka ye ho aduro ye ultramodern laboratory and your scanning equipment your male female and children's ward and restroom for patients lucky about betes eboa etuku kwase na fi lucky about mesha etu malaria si gomwa ogwakrom and yewo on the Winneba to Sodri Road and afi kaswa yo nyanya no road frame 0243 201 244 0242 758 231 0242 238745 na eni nkomo anope na free day of Friata AMPP ko ni ba na fe ni Alote Jacobs Ben e Canadian ho
je ojowe aji
o ya bazi
presidential spokesperson
wana na free day me ni kabaye sorry tigo first ye be come and kesim nyame ya adoma this weekend but man Wanga si ma fa she ho ngomodi e de bro so si ameba Efa happy birthday emfa ema ohinewa ekufu ifriu papa kwesi ekufu ya wo Societe General e won cry nti ohinewa ekufu o papa say ema happy birthday enra so hu ya nanano mahemfo ifa da busuan panyi de ma mankesim mahen na afi mankesim ohima eba afidie so eba beboy amane ehihye sronko Adom TV ene Tigo ye kan bom na ye de Tigo first dia brel osene nra o kan na chese hyase nra beto ma kosi ada kuse ye de dwumedie no beko na wie na nra nanano mahemfo be kan kro ye no na sese ye bisa yen ya nsoso ade esi ye na nso se ya ho boaboa atesen ene ya akuduru mankesim merefi oduru manchagbo na no se enfre ni oduru adanso no se enfre nene oduru tafo no se enfre nana sese oduru tachima so omo friend nana sese wabeduru mankesim minim dia a sese dia man Ricky Anoche channel manager at the Adom TV is it di man ya dia man Mankrado
you
and a mankrado Anoche e mo akwa ba
yeah mo
ya ho what say mankesim
mankesim asha se aye dey pa na hobo no so bibia da ne kwan mu me no kasa sisi kobieshan ne pakwasi ne nkrofo de omo ha omo de agro na hyehyɛ so de daada se de ya ye no da bia no afache bia no ye ma nkrofo ne bi di kan be say 1 week ahead nura yefrike kosoba no ye duru mankesim ye gina kohwe bia bedi agro ne nana hema so frame se wonam kwan so hia minti ye kohwe bibia de to ye but kobi ne team cameraman no mo aka ho a ene me no kasa sisi e kra no omo wo park so omo de na dwumade na hihye so
na omo se gala bio
na community fun games football ne a lot of games koso ene ya no cowbell na aso yasne me yedi sa adwuma no nti cowbell ne omo mpenefo ene mo TV so Adom TV fo nyina so mankesim sisi a yedi hihye so ho
na yehwe enra ohima be kan se ahoboa ne de omo de kro no ma ye krado yeah ye TV ha ne Tigo ya hoboa te sei
yeso ye de no so awie peye aso anipa esanse make say Tigo for encrofo so ewo ho a wo hwehwehwe ni memu ya da bia ekubia omo ye community project afeda ye beko no obetimi de ye nka ye akase afrase ye afahye no de nya free mu ni enti no wo mugu so omo ye ohwe krumu so a baabia da ne blue baabia da ne blue ne se Tigo for no e de bibia akotensemu saa na say Adom so e de omo orange so ene na mu bisa na yewo ni artist e person do mo koye show de omu nyina aye ready entraye kakra bibo na beba mu wo mankesim die mu ene se de bia ye concert party Tigo fest wie ansa na ye
concert party on Sunday
Saturday but we de ye be concert party Friday
aden
nanane ne mpenemfo se ye kadan a omde omo concert party no ombe se omo ji omo de Friday na ansa na memenda adu na wo Mesa Kwambo ewo ho enti no Friday no ye the concert party no airtime Akwambo no so enti ni obeye na Friday de bia na the concert party no akrane bibia pepepe yo
na yenhwe ohwe mu a Kepus se ne nipa no ko na me hwe no TV na mzi adi die anode na so ye ni free yenye hwe
kaba onu say multimedia yembo principles be community integrity service ewum say ye boka no kwase mi say ufa Tigo First back a ya moka kra na nye be 60,000 na so ye kan say say ye beboa say ye ba ye communities no wo mo benya adwuma ye no ho mfaso eno nti say o ka say afache du obi agi na ne ye nyina kobi ba na sebe wo mo wo ska kese no wo mo beko hotels akese ne ba bi mia pia kwaje o mu ani na oman mu no na se dodo na wo so wo mo ne Adom TV fo na hwebo mu no wo mo be da nyi scanner sa obetia mia 50 cedis 100 cedis akwa kwaje na ne wo ba bi onya eno nti ne hwe ko mu eso da bi yenye na num na Tigo fo so hu se wo mo mo aye wo mi so mu ntimi nso ni nyina mu de na nso sebe yesi obakofo nsa anso nyame ne kata de Tigo fo so aso mo eboa yen se de o kan no ye ko ada yesi we de hu bi da be sene ko tafo be sene ko ada banchagbo na techiman yesi wo chale we de hu kra bi da enaso ye ko Cape Coast afi de yan kasankasa ye giatu ma me boss bomb kra be ka kire me se baby e show no hosa me nkope baby e hoso na be bisa for the chapel square sade ne
from be stadium is yensi
na say but na yes fair chance say me hu say nipa agi Adom TV atum questions MCs for bisa fa Adom TV hu biara ebie ne ho a omo etinye na me nka say kabane woni na ya so no kwasem ni fiada na awia metna Costa TV so be say wana ene omu di nkomo ye interview di promoter adi ya na ye wie program no course baaye no na ye be say 26 emu 20 kabane na ya ne omo badwam
omzi ya ye de
yes momra Cape Coast na Cape Coast for omo kwadu momu amobo omo ne say mo fa call be say bosumi a Cape Coast for de nipa ba ko de ba mu ba ko pe
na so chechiro omu
me chire
o techum say yen course no yen te akeke course no yen ni almost te chire ha
me mpacho me yigu
ya mo fa camera ne to
me yigu mo so mum de say me de minim ho hwe na mo ana ya mo ye mo de me say mo ana mo ye mo de na me de minim ho hwe ha course no mo ye na de minim ho hwe
mami adwa me da
da course na ko jona no den because you see na kabanom na I feel na me hu ha be se chire ma giatu mu say okay ebi me na say me mama lines no do so na say ye mom type bi ka ho but the thing say Tigo First ne concept party no age hini pa wo hwe de ko so Cape Coast na no kwa say mankasimfo edi kan ra babel lobby ansa na Cape Coast e de yeba enti se me hwe aggression na say ahobobo a mankasimfo aye no na me de koto Cape Coast ye ho a na mistro se anhwe ya de besi mankasim no you mankasim so ben kan kakra be Cape Coast kakra na no ye Cape Coast ye no betna obesi me free price na ba ye obesi me free na ba ye odi for man for kwa se omo enye we no omo nye mo kan na say request odi for man for kwa so mo nye request emfama nkrofo no we ya me free ha na ba ye utu se wo mo free nkronkro atwa Cape Coast kwa na Central West Region ho hia na do na ba me ntidi emi so se mankasi microphone free Cape Coast ene Accra
se ka trom se baby a festival e cost bia no ye ba
sanity and ya ko park no sonde na so the best sense ya o momra ntem na wonye baby atra wonye baby age ntem sense agoro no sha safe de bon se crowd no ba pushi wani mun ne ye wum konsia na ko sema ya atete
yo eti hwanum na obo no so artist ben
Tigo First artist wo so ebi ye TJ ebi ye Ohima Mercy ebi ye Pope Skinny oni ne ba no Tutula part you na movement so beba so movement oh movement okaba wo nye carrot
na ya da fu pa
shatta movement thing
shatta movement I see
ono so beba ye bandana ono so baba and then team one crew dance crew I mean fantastic
so slim your order
Slim so beba ono me no ka say ono see magasin there ono dey bibia ekoso
okay Ricky ya tamasunti bia na o ka twa to magasin
na emeka ne say emi say be sense dua bio say Tigo beba so memendan say ye kono da bia na ewo school park wo magasin na so Fiera
concert party.
Yeah, Fiera concert party. Eba so ewo Obatam passport. And also ben school park na concert party beba so. Samuel Usu concert party group free ha se kwakwa winners ni nyina so ebeba comedy so abetaye so enti the mechanic say the bibia ase titu any cowbell for omodi onga ni cowbell pushing and I think so you don't want to pass it once you are na omo ho tokwa na yenkwanti nkun omo ko bia ma yenti so bia se omra magazine fieda me na question da na yemfa de ye nyina nwie fe
ene na ma hemfo ene atrankonwa sa na mankrado ese o se bibia ai kama ahobabo an bibia de mu di Friday ye concert party ni so a na Saturday ye Tigo Fest no so e dia bom ye crew no da so ho da nti niema ye koso ho bia ne twa na ba be chew nti magasin fo akwambo no borbor akwambo no ho asem na ye ken ye de we susi na ya be fa betina say Cape Coast for senior ura anochi sorry mankrado se no ira mwase ko sati for ida mwase papa Cape FM minyan ma mo ho anopecha Malik Ramsey Thomas Robin Davis eke Zoro ene amanfo amoho nyina no pe checham ye papa bidini kaba ye de ofa we de so a na ya brefo etanse no na ye de na sesonko na ye de bro ye be ma niema ya koso Cape Coast akra na akaka o se Adom TV ene Tigo nya goro ene yedie Ghana ya ji aboso ye wazo ya pa na ne ho so asem no kana che chana manager mankrado anoche oh ya na mrefi and as Kuma production team, Bibia Obo Amadi of Family from my director Mamia to Dominic to cameraman, woman, sound light, MCR and Bibia. No, so would you see me? What I chin go me. It's Yamishra no come, we say Philippians 12:8, and then ask and the end. Shalom, peace and light to you.